playing first base, number 19, Haley Hymiel. Batting 8th and playing shortstop, number 10, Kayla Smith. Batting 9th and playing right field, number 6, Kaylee DeJesus. And in the flex position and pitching, number 4, Jordan Dunn. The Royals are coached by head coach Stacy Schramm and assistant coaches Kella Goins and Brenna Martinez. And now the starting lineup for your Francis Marion Patriots. Leading off and playing shortstop, number 15, Ashton Patterson. Batting second and playing first base, number 13, Lauren Nodine. Batting third and playing left field, number 17, Danielle Carrickson. Batting cleanup and playing third base, number 24, Janicia Hemingway. Batting fifth and playing the DP, number 00, Savannah Rawson. Batting sixth and playing right field, number 14, Katie Smith. Batting seventh and playing second base, number 3, Megan Matzel. Batting eighth and playing catcher, number 5, Gabby King. Batting ninth and playing center field, number 8, Naja Gerald. And in the flex position and pitching, number 1, Casey Current. The Patriots are coached by head coach Stacy Valley and assistant coach Stephanie Bagwell. At this time, we ask everyone to please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Conference Carolinas and Francis Marion University encourage and promote sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. Profanity, racial or ethnic comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated, and our grounds for removal from this national competition. We appreciate your cooperation in creating a safe and positive game environment.
And the Patriots Sports Network is on the air. I'm Michael Hawkins. Ball doubleheader between the Queen's University of Charlotte Royals and your Francis Marion University Patriots. Royals come in with a record of 1-3. Your Patriots are 2-2. Run down the starting lineup. First for Queens, batting first in left field, Jerlia Patton. Batting second in center field, Cassidy Staley. Batting third, the DH or DP, Haley Nelson. In the cleanup spot, the catcher, Jordan Hunt. Batting fifth, second base, Ashlyn Mickler. Batting sixth at third base, Jordan Thompson. Batting seventh at first base, Haley Hamiel. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Kayla Smith. Batting ninth in right field, Kaylee DeJesus. And in the circle for the Royals, right-hander, Jordan Dunn. Patriot lineup, shortstop, Ashton Patterson leads off at second. Batting second at first base, Lauren Nodine. Batting third in left field, Danielle Carrickson. In the cleanup spot, the third baseman, Janicia Hemingway. We'll get the rest of the Patriot lineup in a few minutes. In the circle for Francis Marion this afternoon, junior right-hander Casey Current. Current comes in with a record of 1-0, ERA of 2.38. This is her fourth appearance of the season. 1 start, 1 complete game. She's thrown 11 1/3 innings, allowed 11 hits, 7 runs, 3 earned, with 3 walks, but 14 strikeouts. Patton lifts the first pitch of the game to center field where Gerald hangs out, and she makes the catch for out number 1 of the contest.
Now batting, number 7, Cassidy Staley.
First pitch of the game was at 3:05 p.m. Cloudless sky here at Francis Marion University, about 61 degrees. Winds blowing east at 5 miles per hour, which for the field here is blowing out to right field. Stepping in for the Royals, the center fielder, Cassidy Staley. Staley batting .308 on the season. No homers, no RBIs, on-base percentage of .400. Staley, a 5'5" sophomore from Charlotte, product of East Mecklenburg High School. Second pitch for Current misses, so the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. That one catches the outside corner, count now 2-1. Patriot defense, Carrickson in left, Gerald in center, Smith in right, Hemingway at third base, Patterson at short, Matzel at second, Nodine at first base, and Gabby King, freshman, behind the plate catching. Umpires for game number 1, Greg Craps is behind home plate, and Danny Dorman handling the umpiring duties on the base pass. So Current runs the count to Staley, full, here in the top of the first inning. Payoff pitch. Swung on and fouled into the Patriot dugout. Francis Marion opened its season with a couple of splits this past weekend as they split a doubleheader on Saturday with 9th-ranked Westchester University out of Pennsylvania, and then split a doubleheader on Sunday with former Peach Belt Conference rival USC Aiken. Swung on and missed. Current has her first strikeout of the afternoon, and they're 2 down here. That'll bring to the plate the DP, Haley Nelson.
Now batting,
Nelson,
16,
a 5'6"
Haley
sophomore
Nelson.
out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, graduate of Freedom Christian Academy. She's batting .400 on the season, 1 run scored, no RBIs, a .400 on-base percentage. The Royals this past weekend split a doubleheader with Flagler College down in St. Augustine, Florida, then lost to Georgia Southwestern and Lynn University on Sunday. Thus the 1-3 record. Current misses with her first 2 offerings. Battle of Stacy's today. The Royals are led by head coach Stacy Schramm, an 0-1 graduate of Monmouth University. In her 8th season at Queens, where she has an even record of 154 and 154. Her career coaching mark, 347, 387, and 4. And in the other dugout, Stacy Valley leads your Patriots. Valley, a 99 graduate of Berry University in Florida, owns a career record of 480, 327, and 1 in this her 18th season at Francis Marion. The ball's popped back up and over the press box, so the count now full on Haley Nelson. If Nelson extends the inning, catcher Jordan Hunt would be next for the Royals. Hit pretty well to left field. Carrickson back to the wall, looking up. That ball's out of here, gone for a home run. Haley Nelson, her first home run of the season, first RBI, and the Royals take a quick 1-0 lead. So quickly, Queens is on top, 1-0. First home run that Current has allowed this season in her 12 innings of work. That'll bring to the plate Jordan Hunt, the catcher. Senior batting an even .500, 6 for 12 on the season, 2 runs scored, 3 doubles, a homer, 4 RBIs. She's slugging 1,000 with an on-base percentage of .500. Current gets the sign. Her first pitch called strike one. Current in her first year as a Patriot came to Francis Marion from Indian River State College. She's a native of Auburndale, Florida. That one is lined foul outside of third base. Count now 1 ball, 2 strikes on the Royals catcher. In the bottom of the first, it'll be Patterson, Nodine, and Carrickson. Lead off for the Patriots. Queens University, a member of the South Atlantic Conference. Big news out of their campus today is that a vote will be taken by the administration later in this week as Hunt fouls another pitch off. A vote will be taken by the administration later this week as to whether the university will examine moving the athletic programs to NCAA Division I. They've done a feasibility study, and they will vote on the results of that study to see if possibly they're going to move up from D2 to D1. Glad to have you here with the Patriot Sports Network. Network will be back on the air Friday night for a basketball doubleheader as the Patriots will entertain North Greenville University. The women's game at 5:30, men at 7:30. Basketball again on Saturday at 2 and 4 against Converse University. And then we'll be back here at the FMU softball stadium on Sunday at 1 o'clock as the Patriots will entertain Limestone University for a twin bill. Again, first pitch 1 o'clock. Current misses with the payoff pitch, so Hunt draws a 2-out walk. And that will bring up the second baseman, Ashlyn Mickler. Mickler, a sophomore, batting .455, 5 for 11 on the young season. No homers, no RBIs. On base percentage of .500. Mickler out of Canton, Georgia, and a graduate of Cherokee High School. Freshman Gabby King, as we mentioned, handling the catching duties for Francis Marion this afternoon. Lauren Smallwood started the first 3 games of the season. This is King's second game behind the plate. One pitch upcoming from Current to Mickler, and Mickler asks for timeout. That one finds the strike zone. Count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Royals batting here in the top of the first inning. They lead 1-0 on the solo homer by Haley Nelson. Swing and a miss, and Mickler is down on strikes for out number 3. But the Royals pick up a run on 1 hit. They leave 1 runner stranded. We head to the bottom of the first. Queens 1, Francis Marion coming to bat. Francis Marion starting lineup. The batting order today, again leading off shortstop Ashton Patterson. Batting second at first base, Lauren Nodine. Batting third in left field, Danielle Carrickson. In the cleanup spot at third base, Janicia Hemingway. Batting fifth, the DP, Savannah Rawson. Batting sixth in right field, Katie Smith. Batting seventh at second base, Megan Matzel. Batting eighth in catching, Gabby King. And batting ninth in center field, Najah Gerald. In the circle for Queens University this afternoon, freshman right-hander Jordan Dunn. Dunn, 5'1" righty out of Henderson, North Carolina, and a graduate of Vance Charter School. Will be making her third appearance, her third start of the season. An 0-2 record, 7.84 ERA, 10 1/3 innings pitched, 16 hits allowed, 11 runs, 9 of those earned, 6 walks, 8 strikeouts, and opponents are batting .348 against her. And she will face Ashton Patterson. Patterson, a fifth-year senior out of Andersonville, Tennessee. Her third year as a Patriot after transferring from Carson Newman University. Patterson's batting .300 with 6 runs scored, a double and 1 RBI, .529 on-base percentage. That's buoyed by the fact that she was hit by a pitch 4 times last weekend. The Royals defense in left is Patton, Staley in center, DeJesus in right. Around the infield, Thompson at third, Smith at short, Mickler at second, Hamiel at first, and Hunt behind the plate. And Patterson takes ball 4, so she is on base with a leadoff walk. Good start for the Patriot first inning. That'll bring up freshman first baseman Lauren Nodine. Nodine batting .500 on the early season, 2 for 4. Just have a run scored, no homers, no RBIs. On base percentage of .667. Nodine out of Welford, South Carolina, and a graduate of James F. Burns High School. She will square to bunt, but take outside for ball 1. Patterson, a good base runner on at first base, 1 for 1 in stolen bases this season. This time, Nodine appeared to offer at it, but home plate umpire said she did not, so ball 2. Again takes outside, ball 3. 3-0 pitch. In there for called strike one as Nodine was taking all the way. Stacy Valley handling the coaching duties down the third base line. Stephanie Bagwell at first base. That one's high and outside, so back-to-back walks to lead off the Francis Marion first. And the Patriots have a runner in scoring position. That'll bring up senior left fielder Danielle Carrickson. Carrickson batting a team-high .533 on the young season, 8 for 15. Team-high 8 runs scored, 3 doubles, a homer, 3 RBIs. She's slugging .933 with a .588 on-base percentage. Carrickson out of Bartow, Florida, and a product of Bartow High School. As Hunt will call time to go out and talk with her freshman battery mate. Carrickson, the hero of the Game 2 win against USC Aiken on Sunday evening, as she hit a game-tying home run in the bottom of the 7th inning and then a walk-off RBI single in the bottom of the 8th inning as the Patriots rallied for a 7-6 win over the Pacers and a split of that doubleheader. Carrickson grounds it to third. Thompson fields, throws to first, and nips Carrickson by a hair. But what is the equivalent of a sacrifice? The runners move up, and we have 2 in scoring position now with 1 out. So Janicia Hemingway, senior third baseman, stands in with runners at second and third now and 1 out. Hemingway batting .462 on the year, 6 for 13. A couple of runs scored, 2 doubles, 5 RBIs, which leads the Patriots. .588 on base percentage. Out of Conway, South Carolina, in Conway High School. Hemingway over her 4-year career batting .331. As she appears in her 77th career contest. Dunn finds the strike zone there, and the count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Hit pretty well, left center field gap. That'll get down. 1 hops the wall. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Hemingway trots into second with the stand-up double. Patriots lead 2-1. RBI 6 and 7 on the season for Hemingway. And those 2 walks to lead off the frame come back to haunt the Royals. Savannah Ross in the DP stands in. Junior's batting .455, 5 for 11 on the young season. 1 double, 2 RBIs, .500 on base percentage. Hit to center field. Staley a couple steps back. She loses it in the sun. It's overhead and off the wall. Hemingway will advance only to third as Rawson's into second with a stand-up double. So Staley looked like she had that one, then lost it in the sun at the last minute. And it fell behind her and right at the base of the fence.
Katie Smith.
So still only one out. Patriots back now at second and third, and that'll bring up Katie Smith, sophomore right fielder, batting .417, 5 for 12 this season. A run scored, a double, 2 RBIs. And a chance to do further damage here in the bottom of the first inning. Katie out of Greenwood, South Carolina, and Greenwood High School. Count now to Smith is 3-0. Hemingway the runner at third. Rawson at second. Still only one out here in the bottom of the first inning. Dunn finds the strike zone with the 3-0 offering. As Smith appeared to be taking all the way. That one's fouled off toward Cormel Field at Sparrow Stadium, the baseball park here in the Griffin Athletic Complex. In the Royals out of South Atlantic Conference, your Patriots in their first year as a member of the Conference Carolinas. Francis Marion leads the all-time series 29-10. As Smith takes ball 4 and the bases are now loaded for junior second baseman Megan Matzel. That will bring Stacy Schramm out of the dugout for a meeting on the mound or in the circle. Matzel stands in batting .250, 4 for 16 this year. 3 runs scored, a couple of doubles, 3 RBIs. She was an all-conference selection last year as the Patriots competed in the Peach Belt Athletic Conference, and the Royals are going to make a pitching change. We'll be back to tell you about the new pitcher in just a second. New pitcher for the Royals is senior right-hander Kristen McPherson out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and Lake Norman Charter School. She is facing Megan Matzel with the bases loaded. Count is 1-1. McPherson making her third appearance of the season, a 1-1 record, 2.92 ERA. 12 innings pitched, 9 hits allowed, 6 runs, 5 earned, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Again, 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. Megan Matzel at the plate. A Patriot on every base. Lines that one foul down the left field line. Hemingway at third, Rawson at second, and Katie Smith, the runner, at first. Matzel batting 2 for 4 with the bases loaded this season, so she's already batting for the 5th time with the Patriot on every base. Hit down the right field line, slicing foul, just out of the reach of DeJesus. Gabby King is in the on-deck circle and will be next for the Patriots. McPherson gets the sign, 2-2 pitch. Grounded through the left side for a base hit. Hemingway scores, ball gets by the left fielder, Patton. Runners will all move up a base and 2 runs scored. So an RBI single by Matzel through the left side. And the fielding error results in 2 more Patriot runs, and Francis Marion leads 4-1. Gabby King stands in for the Patriots. Grounds out by the third baseman for a hit down the left field line. She will hustle it to second with a double. And Smith scores, and the Patriots now lead 5-1. So an RBI double down the left field line by King. Matzel only advances as far as third. And Najah Gerald will now bat. Patriots still on second and third. Only 1 out still, bottom of the first. Francis Marion up 5-1. Gerald batting 125 on the season. 4 runs scored. Does have an RBI. Oh, 1 pitch from McPherson. Outside for ball 1. Must have been a little low. Looked pretty good. Count now 2-1 on the Patriots center fielder. Gerald in her first year here at FMU. Has a grad transfer from Flagler College. Grounds that one back up the middle. Smith fields, throws to first in time to retire Gerald, but Matzel scores on the play, so 6-3 put out, but it's an RBI ground out for Gerald, and the Patriots now lead 6-1. On the play, Gabby King moves up to third base, and the Patriots have batted around as Ashton Patterson will come to the plate for the second time here in the first inning. Patterson walked and came around to score to lead off the game for Francis Marion. For Najah Gerald, that's her second RBI of the year. Closes the book on the Royals starter, Jordan Dunn, as she faced 6 batters and retired only 1 of them. Allowed 5 runs, all earned, on 2 hits with 3 walks. Grounded to Thompson at third. Throws across to retire Patterson. But a very productive bottom of the first inning for Francis Marion as the Patriots rally to score 6 runs and lead 6-1 as we head to the top of the second. You're listening to the Patriots Sports Network. Top of the second inning here at the FMU softball stadium. Patriots with an early 6-1 lead over Queens after 1 full inning. Due up for the Royals, Thompson, Hamill, and Smith. Spots 6, 7, and 8 for the Royals.
Now batting for the Royals, number 42, Jordan Thompson.
Thompson, a freshman out of Walkertown, North Carolina, and a product of Winston-Salem Christian School. Batting .091 on the young season. Does have a couple of runs scored. Patriots have staked Casey Curran to a 5-run advantage here after just 1 inning of play. Swung on line to Matzel at second. A great diving stop. Da-da-da, da-da-da. That one ticketed to right field for a base hit, but Matzel said, not today.
Now batting number 19, Haley Heimel.
And Thompson is retired on the liner to second. Bring up the first baseman, Haley Hamill, sophomore, batting .250. 3 for 12 on the season, no homers, no RBIs. Hamill out of High Point, North Carolina, and Southwest Guilford High School. Curran misses outside. Count now 1-1 to the Royals' first baseman. We mentioned the Royals are led by head coach Stacy Schramm. She's assisted by Kella Goins and Brianna Martinez. Check swing foul. Count now 2-2. Want to thank the Queens Sports Information Office for helping us gather all the information for today's webcast. Hamill stays alive, fouling that one back over the press box. We're scheduled for a couple of 7-inning contests today. Game 2 will follow approximately 30 minutes after we finish Game 1. Patriots played a lot of extra innings over the weekend, as Game 2 against Westchester was a 13-12 thriller in 10 innings, a game that took 3 hours and 41 minutes to play. As we mentioned before, game number 2 against USC Aiken on Sunday went 8 innings, with the Patriots prevailing 7-6 on Carrickson's walk-off RBI single. Count now full to the Royals' first baseman. That one lined foul. Patriots are playing game number 1,997 today in the 44-year history of the softball program. So they will play game number 2,000 on Saturday in the second game of a road doubleheader at Augusta. Patriots 1,201 wins. As Current just misses inside for ball 4, and Hamil will trot down to first with a walk. Patriots 1,201 wins, 791 losses, and 4 ties.
Now batting number 10, Kayla Smith.
Winning percentage of just over 600 in 44 seasons. Shortstop Kayla Smith will stand in with the runner at first and 1 out. Smith batting 167, a double, a homer, and 1 RBI this season. Smith out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and a product of Cox Mill High School. That one finds the strike zone. Count now 2-1. Popped in the air and infield. Matzel calls everyone off and makes the catch for out number 2. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Kaylee DeJesus. Freshman
6,
out of Fredericksburg, Virginia, Riverbend High School. Batting 273 on the season, 3 for 11. A run scored, 2 driven in, and a 385 on base percentage. Count evened up at 1-1. Hit in the air to left center field. Gerald going over, dives, can't get to it. It's off the wall. Runner's going to be held at third, so DeJesus with a double into the left center field gap. Hamil all the way around to third, but she's held there as the Patriots did a good job of getting the ball back in. Gerald made a nice effort on that ball with a diving attempt on the warning track, but couldn't come up with it. That flips the lineup back over to the top as Jaleel Patton will bat. Patton flew out to center field on the first pitch of the game. She bats from the left side. graduate student out of Charlotte and Charlotte Christian School. Count now 2-0 to the Royals left fielder. Want to thank Deasia Griffin for running the camera for today and Caleb Reeves for overseeing the webcast this afternoon. Bopped in the air, left center field, Carrickson over, makes the catch for out number 3. And the Patriots escape damage. Royals strand a couple of runners on second and third, but do not score. We head to the bottom of the second. You're watching the Patriot Sports Network. Francis Marion 6, Queens 1. Bottom of the second inning, due up for your Patriots. Spots 2, 3, 4 in the lineup. Nodine, Carrickson, and Hemingway. Patriot baseball team swept Limestone University in a 3-game set this past weekend to open their season, outscoring the Saints 41-4 in the 3 contest. FMU will be back in action on Friday as they play a couple of neutral site games over at Lander University in Greenwood, South Carolina. They will play Queens University, the same here in a baseball game, Friday at 11 a.m. And then North Greenville University in a non-conference game at 3 o'clock on Friday. Both those games again at Lander University. Live stats and live video links are available on the FMU website, FMUpatriots.com. Nodine, hot shot to short. Smith fields, throws to Hamil at first, and Nodine is retired 6-3.
Now batting number 17, Danielle Carrickson.
Nodine hit that one hard, but Smith was up to the task. Danielle Carrickson stands in. Carrickson 0 for 1, grounded out to third back in the first inning. And Kristen McPherson in the circle in relief of Queens starter Jordan Dunn. Carrickson way in front of that one. Count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good crowd here for a Wednesday afternoon twin bill as the Patriot baseball team has concluded practice and is filling part of the stands to watch game number 1. Weather a little warmer than it was this past weekend. Let up pitch there, and Carrickson way out in front for strike 3.
Now batting number 24, Janicia Hemingway.
That brings up the third baseman, Janicia Hemingway. Hemingway, a 2-run double. Got the Patriots on the board in the first inning. Now leads Francis Marion with 7 RBIs on the young year. One 1-0 pitch. Popped in the air, back over the press box and out of play. Hemingway from an athletic family. An older brother spent some time with the Kansas City Chiefs in the NFL, and another brother, younger brother, plays for the University of South Carolina football team. She pops it in the air on the right side. Hamil over, makes the catch for out number 3. So the Patriots go 1-2-3 in the second. We've played 2 full innings. Francis Marion leads Queens 6-1. This is the Patriots Sports Network. Top of the third inning. Coming to the plate for Queens, Staley, Nelson, and Hunt. Spots 2, 3, 4 in the lineup. Line score has your Patriots with 6 runs on 4 hits and no errors. Queens 1 run on 2 hits and 1 error. And Cassidy Staley will lead off the third inning for Queens. Staley, strikeout victim in the first. Lines that one to center field and da-da-da. Not to be outdone by Matzel. Gerald with the head-first diving catch in shallow center, robbing Staley of a base hit to lead off the third.
Number 16, Haley Nelson.
So the Patriots, who committed 15 errors in the 4 games over the weekend, have flashed the leather early here in this contest. First pitch is in there for a called strike to the DP, Haley Nelson. Nelson with a solo homer in the first inning to account for the Queens run. Current quickly ahead in the count now, no balls and 2 strikes. High and outside, but Nelson did not chase. Count now 2-2. In addition to DP duties, Nelson also pitches. Hit pretty well to left field again. Carrickson back to the wall, leaps, cannot get it. It's gone. Home run for Haley Nelson. So Nelson with her second solo shot of the game, and the Queens Royals are now within 6-2.
Batting number 17, Jordan
That'll
Hunt.
bring to the plate cleanup hitter Jordan Hunt. Hunt walked back in the first inning. Shadows now have completely engulfed the home plate area, and as you can see, are about halfway to the pitching circle. That one's hit foul over into Lake Coleman behind the softball stadium. And currently ahead in the count now, no balls and 2 strikes. Count now is even, 2-2. That one's hit high and deep down the left field line. Carrickson over near the wall in foul territory. Cannot make the catch. It's a long strike. Count remains 2-2. High and outside. Count has run full to the Queens catcher. Patriots wearing the all-white home unis with the blue sleeves, red lettering. The high stirrup blue socks with the red stripes. Queens in the Houston Astros type rainbow gray, light blue, and dark blue unis. Swung on and missed, and Hunt strikes out for out number 2. Third strikeout of the game for Current. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Ashlyn Mickler. Mickler, a strikeout victim to end the first inning. Popped in the air, right side, no dine, over in foul territory, makes the catch for out number 3. So another solo homer for Haley Nelson. Gets the Queens Royals a little bit closer. Francis Marion 6, Queens 2. We head to the bottom of the third. This is the Patriots Sports Network. Bottom of the third inning here at the FMU Softball Stadium. Rawson, Smith, and Matzel to bat for your Patriots.
Batting 00
Against
Savannah
Kristen
Rawson.
McPherson, senior right-hander out of Charlotte, North Carolina, in her third inning of work as she came on in relief in the first. Rawson doubled in the first inning. Her second extra base hit of the year. Came around to score a run. Swing and a miss, and she is down in the count now. No balls, 2 strikes. Patriot tennis teams opened their season this past weekend at the Raines Company City of Florence Invitational Tournament at the Dr. Eddie Floyd Florence Tennis Center. They will be back in action, both the men and the women, on Sunday, 2 o'clock on the Kasab courts here on the FMU campus, as the Patriots will entertain Lenoir-Rhyne University. The Bears. Count to Rawson now 2-2. Patriot tennis teams under the direction of Jay Evans in his first year as Patriot head coach, following the retirement of longtime FMU head coach Garth Thompson. FMU assistant SID Alex Wober handling the live stats here for game number 1. McPherson gets the sign from catcher Jordan Hunt, and the 2-2 pitch again fouled off. Rawson out of Gilbert, South Carolina, and Gilbert High School. Ground ball left side, that gets through for a base hit. And Rawson is 2 for 2. Rawson appearing in her 34th career game. Came in batting .368 on her career. Patriots will employ a pinch runner here as Angel Siders will go into run for Rawson. Correction. They called Siders back, and Amaya Hush will pinch run for Rawson at first. Hush, 5'5" sophomore out of Fort Mill, South Carolina, and Nations Ford High School. Did a lot of pinch running last year. This year she has appeared, this is her 5th game. Has a couple of stolen bases in 2 attempts. And Katie Smith, the right fielder, is at the plate for FMU. Smith walked and scored a run in the first inning. Her season average still at .417. Hit pretty well to left field. Patton going back to the track, to the wall. It's off the wall. Hush rounding second. She will cruise into third. Katie Smith with the stand-up double to left, and the Patriots are in business again with runners on second and third. Smith just missed getting that one out of here.
Now batting number 3, Megan Matzel.
And Megan Matzel will bat with no outs and runners on second and third. Matzel, an RBI single back in the first, a ball that was misplayed by the left fielder, and another run came in that play. Hush, the runner at third, Smith at second, and Matzel at the plate for FMU. So 2 well-hit balls by the Patriots to lead off the third inning. Popped in the air, foul. That's going to get out of play down near the Patriot bullpen. Matzel out of Indian Trail, North Carolina. Porter Ridge High School. Appearing in her 64th career contest as a Patriot. Came in with a .293 career average. Up that slightly with her first inning single. Grounded to Thompson at third. She fields, throws to first. And it's a foul ball. So foul ball, and Matzel will return to the plate, and her 2-2 count. Grounded through the right side, poked it through there, base hit, 1 run will score. Smith moves up to third, so an RBI single to the right side by Matzel, her second RBI of the contest. Number 5 of the season. Patriots now lead 7-2. And Gabby King, the freshman catcher, will stand in. King, RBI double down the left field line in the first inning. Her first extra base hit as a college player, first collegiate RBI. Matzel takes off. Throw is by the shortstop and into center field, allowing Katie Smith to score with run number 8. So with the stolen base and the throwing error, Francis Marion leads 8-2 now, and Megan Matzel is on second with still nobody out, and Gabby King at the plate, and a 1-strike count. In the dirt, Matzel running, and she is out. So Hunt guns down Matzel at third for out number 1. Gabby King lines it right at the third baseman, who catches it and rolls it back to the circle, but it's only 2 outs.
Now batting number 8, Najah Gerald.
So Najah Gerald will stand in now with the bases empty and 2 outs. Gerald grounded out to shortstop back in the first, but that did plate a run. Hits that one back up the middle. Smith fields, throws to nip the speedy Gerald at first for out number 3. But the Patriots pick up a couple of runs, an RBI hit by Matzel, and a throwing error. Patriots lead Queens 8-2, we head to the top of the fourth. This is the Patriot Sports Network. Rachel Davis, the new Patriot pitcher here in the top of the fourth inning. She will face Jordan Thompson, the third baseman. Thompson 0 for 1, lined out to second. That one is grounded to Matzel at second, who throws to first for out number 1. Rachel Davis appearing in her second game of the season. No record. She's thrown 3 innings, allowed 7 hits, 6 runs, all earned, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Davis out of Mechanicsville, Virginia, and Atlee High School. Her third year as a Patriot. Career record of 9-6 coming into today's contest. Haley Hamiel, first baseman, stands in. Hamiel walked in her first trip to the plate this afternoon. Game 1 of our non-conference doubleheader today. That one is grounded to Hemingway. Throws across the diamond. And Hamiel is retired for out number 2. Kayla Smith, the shortstop, stands in next for Queens.
Number 10, Kayla Smith.
Smith popped to second base and is 0 for 1. Shadows have almost reached the pitching circle now. Count to Smith now, 2 balls, no strikes. Three and 0 now. Stacey Valley out for a quick conversation with Rachel Davis. I don't know if I didn't notice if the umpire had called an illegal pitch or not. Either way, it was a ball, so the count is 3 and 0. Smith taking all the way, takes ball 4. And the Royals have a 2-out base runner. They'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Kaylee DeJesus, freshman right fielder. She doubled to the left center field gap back in the second inning. Smith, the runner at first, 1 for 1 in stolen base attempts on the young season. There's strike number 1. Count even at 1-1 to DeJesus. Davis with the call from the bench and her 2-1 offering to DeJesus. A little bit of a let up there, in for called strike 2, and the count is now evened at 2-2. Couple of Patriot professors catching some afternoon diamond action. Fitzke from the math department and Setzler from the School of Business. Appreciate the support of the faculty and staff. Runner going that time on the full count with 2 outs, as much as they can in softball. Ball's fouled back over the press box. Count remains full. So Smith will get a little bit of a head start from first base. High for ball 4. And so a pair of 2-out walks have something going for the Royals here in the top of the 4th with 2 outs. That'll flip the order back to the top. Jerlia Patton will stand in. But looks like the Royals will employ a pinch runner for Smith at second. As Adriana Wilson will pinch run at second base. Wilson, a senior out of Indian Land, South Carolina, and Indian Land High School. And the pinch runner is out stealing at third for out number 3. And the threat is ended. Good throw by Gabby King to Patterson for the out. We've played 3.5. Francis Marion 8, Queens 2. Thompson with the nice play, retires Patterson for out number 1.
Now batting number 13, Lauren Nodine.
Lauren Nodine will stand in next for Francis Marion, the first baseman. 0 for 1 today, a walk and a run scored and a ground out to short. Again, another nice defensive play in the top half of the inning by the Patriots as Gabby King threw out the pinch runner at third base. And what makes it more impressive is, of course, the shortstop is covering as the third baseman charged in as the runner squared around. So Patterson took the throw from King and tagged out the pinch runner, Wilson, for out number 3. Count to Nodine now, 3 balls, no strikes. Reliever Kristen McPherson now in her 4th inning of work after taking over for the Queens starter, Jordan Dunn, in the bottom of the 1st. Dunn allowed the first 5 runs for Francis Marion. McPherson has allowed 3 runs since coming into the contest. Lined foul. Count now full to the Patriot first baseman. Patriots have employed 3 first basemen during this early part of the season. Grace Troutman, Liz Willard, and Nodine have all spent time down at the first base bag. And that is ball 4. And for the second time today, Nodine draws a walk. That'll bring up Danielle Carrickson, the left fielder.
Danielle Carrickson.
Carrickson entered the game as the Patriots' leading hitter at .533. She's 0 for 2 today. Ground out to third and a strikeout. Only Carrickson and Najah Gerald in the Patriot lineup had failed to reach base so far in this game, which is only in the 4th inning. Ground ball to Thompson at third, throws to second, and Mickler catches for the force out, and Carrickson reaches on the fielder's choice. Nodine out third to second for out number 2.
Now batting number 24, Genesia Hemingway.
So Genesia Hemingway will bat. Hemingway 1 for 2. 2-run double in the first, popped out to first base in the 2nd inning. Patriots batted around in the bottom of the 1st inning as they scored 6 times. Haley Nelson has accounted for both of the Queens runs with solo homers in the 1st and 3rd innings. Inside ball 3. And ball 4. 4 straight balls. And Hemingway trots down to first, Carrickson to second. So Savannah Rawson has re-entered the game now as the DP, and she will come to the plate. Rawson 2 for 2, double in the first, scored a run, single in the fourth, and it was pinch run for. So Rawson came in hitting .455, and she has bettered that with a couple of hits and 2 at-bats. Two down and 2 on for the Patriots here in the bottom of the fourth inning. McPherson misses low. 2 balls and no strikes. Luis Rincon, the Patriot men's soccer coach, also taking in some softball action this afternoon. Count runs 3-0 to Rawson. That one is in there for called strike one. If Rawson can extend the inning, Katie Smith would bat next for FMU. Patton, the left fielder, playing very deep in left field, nearly on the warning track. Hit pretty well to left field. Patton going back on the track, makes the catch. So Rawson hit that one on a line. But Patton, playing deep, was there to make the catch and in the inning. So the Patriots strand a couple of runners. We've played 4 full innings. FMU 8, Queens 2. This is the Patriots Sports Network. Top of the 5th inning. Rachel Davis back in the circle for the Patriots.
Now batting 0-0, Jerlia Patton.
2 up for the Queens Royals. Patton, Staley, and Nelson. Patton was at the plate in the top of the 4th when the pinch runner Wilson was thrown out at third base for the 3rd out, so she will return to the plate. Half of the pitcher Davis now in shadows. The upper part of her torso still in the sunlight. Patton 0 for 2. A couple of flyouts to center and to left. Bunts, but foul. Patton out of Charlotte Christian School. As a graduate student at Queens. That one just misses, count 3-1. So we mentioned Patriots lead the all-time series 29-10. And that pitch hits her. So Royals have a leadoff runner on base. As Patton is hit by a pitch.
Now batting number 7, Cassidy Staley.
First time this season that a Royals batter has been hit by a pitch. Brings to the plate Cassidy Staley, center fielder. Staley 0 for 2, a strikeout and a line out to center. On deck, the dangerous Haley Nelson, who has homered in both of her at-bats so far this game. Those were off of Casey Current, the Patriots starter. And the count now 3-0 to the Queens center fielder. Patton, the runner at first, leads the squad in stolen bases. She's a perfect 3 for 3 so far this season. Staley taking all the way, takes called strike 1. Runner going, pitch is fouled off over toward Lake Coleman. So count now full to Staley. Let's see if Stacy Schramm puts Patton in motion again from first base. Runner not going. Pitch misses for ball 4. And the Royals have 2 on with nobody out here in the top of the 5th inning, as Haley Nelson will stand in. Again, Nelson with a pair of solo shots over the left field fence to account for the 2 Queens runs. Those are both off Casey Current. She's now facing Rachel Davis.
Now batting number 16, Haley Nelson.
First pitch is in there for a called strike. Count now 1-1. Popped in the air to right field. Smith battling the sun, makes the catch. Patton tagging, advances to third. But the dangerous Nelson is retired as we kept the ball in the park. So Queens runners on the corners now with 1 out for the cleanup hitter. Catcher, Jordan Hunt. Hunt 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Again, good speed on the base pass at third for Queens. And the person of Jorlia Patton. So anything to medium depth in the outfield, a fly ball would likely score her. Rachel Davis pours in strike number 1. Davis, the pitcher, now almost entirely in the shadows. Still a tough sun for center fielder and probably the second baseman and right fielder. Bunt is fouled back as the Royals look to squeeze in a run. But the count on Hunt now goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. So that takes the bunt out of the equation. One-two pitch again from Davis to Hunt. Again fouled off. Hunt hanging tough. 1 out and runners on the corners. Top of the 5th inning. Patriots 8 runs on 7 hits and no errors. The Royals 2 runs on 3 hits with 2 errors. In the dirt, nice stop by King to keep the runner Staley at first base. Count now 2-2. Lined in the left field, that's a base hit. That'll get down and 1 run will score. So Hunt, RBI single to left, scores Patton. And the Queens Royals are within 8-3. Staley stops at second on the base hit.
Number 32, Ashlyn Mickler.
We'll bring up the second baseman, Ashlyn Mickler. Mickler 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a foul out. Davis gets ahead in the count. No balls, 1 strike. Popped in the infield. A little nubber in front of Matzel. Had to battle the sun. Had to field it on the short hop. She throws to second for the force out. And Mickler reaches on the fielder's choice with Staley going to third. So they're runners back on the corners now, but with 2 outs for Jordan Thompson, the third baseman. Thompson 0 for 2 with a line out to second, a great catch by Matzel, and a ground out to second. Runner bluffs from first but does not go. Pitch misses for ball 1. Patriots softball team back in action on Saturdays. They play their first road doubleheader of the year at Augusta University. 1 o'clock start. And then they will return to Florence for a Sunday doubleheader against Limestone University. First pitch 1 o'clock here on the FMU softball field, and we will have both games of that doubleheader for you here on the Patriots Sports Network. So Saturday at Augusta, Sunday at home against Limestone. Grounder to third, and Hemingway throws across to Nodine, and Thompson is retired for out number 3. The Patriots survive Haley Nelson batting again. Queens does score 1 run on the RBI single by Hunt. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Francis Marion 8, Queens 3. This is the Patriots Sports Network. Bottom of the 5th inning. Smith, Matzel, and King do up for your Patriots. Francis Marion holding a 5-run lead, thanks in part to a 6-run first inning outburst.
Now batting number 14, Katie Smith.
Smith 1 for 1. Walked and scored a run in the first. Doubled and scored a run in the 4th. As she is up to her average, it was .417 coming into the contest. Grounds that one to Smith at short. Up, throw across, nips the speedy Smith at first for out number 1. So Smith retires Smith with a good throw. And that will bring up Megan Matzel, who for the first time today is batting with no one on base.
Now batting number 3.
Had an RBI single in the first when she batted with the bases loaded, and an RBI single in the 4th when she batted with runners at 2nd and 3rd. So she is 2 for 2 with a pair of RBIs and a run scored. An all-conference selection in the Peach Belt last year. Fly ball right field. De Jesus underneath it. Makes the catch for out number 2. And Gabby King, the catcher, will stand in now with nobody on and 2 outs.
Now batting number
King,
5,
1 for 2.
Gabby King.
RBI double in the first. Lined out to 3rd in the 4th inning. King out of Frisco, Texas, Memorial High School. One of 2 freshmen, both named King, from the Lone Star State on the Patriot roster this year. Jayla King from Grapevine, Texas, also on the FMU roster. King inside outs that one, foul into the Patriot dugout, just over the head of trainer Kinsey Dunstan Nelson, who made no real effort to get out of the way of the ball other than to put her hands on her head. Kind of surprised that none of the team members maybe take a batting helmet down to Kinsey and let her wear that for the rest of the inning. McPherson gets the sign, the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So the Patriots go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. We head to the 6th. Francis Marion 8, Queens 3. This is the Patriots Sports Network. Francis Marion University Athletics would like to thank the following sponsors: Adidas, Circle Park Behavioral Health Services, McLeod Regional Medical Center, Ken Jackson Remax Professionals, Pepsi, McDonald's, Rains Hospitality, including Fairfield Inn, Spring Hill Suites, Courtyard by Marriott, Comfort Inn, and Hyatt Place, King Cadillac Buick GMC, McLeod Sports Medicine, Chick-fil-A, State Farm and Agent Jim Stewart, Quincy Steakhouse, Little Caesars, La Quinta Inn and Suites, KFC and Arby's, Florence Toyota, Waffle House, PD Electric Cooperative, Sparrow and Kennedy Tractor Supply, McCall Supply Inc., Western Sizzle and Steakhouse, State Credit Union, and Zaxby's. Leading off the Queens' sixth inning, Haley Hamill, first baseman. She'll be followed by Kayla Smith, the shortstop, and Kaylee DeJesus, the right fielder. Hamill, 0 for 1, walked in the second inning and grounded out to third in the fourth. Davis with the 1-1 offering. Hamill, a sophomore out of High Point, North Carolina. Three-one misses, and Hamill trots down to first with a leadoff walk here in the Royals' sixth inning. So Kayla Smith will come to the plate. Looks like the Royals will employ a pinch runner for Hamill. As somebody is hustled down from the bullpen. So number 15, Chloe Linton, senior out of Bryn, Florida, and Branford High School, will pinch run for Hamill at first.
Number 10, Kayla Smith.
Smith looks to bunt, pops it back foul off the screen. She's 0 for 1 today, popped out to second and walked. Ball's hit well to left field, but that's hooking foul. That one had home run distance, but well foul. Linton, the runner at first. This is her first appearance of the 2022 season. Popped in the air. Patterson going out, Kerrickson coming in. Carrickson calls off the shortstop and makes the catch for out number 1. Good communication on the left side that time. And that'll bring up Kaylee DeJesus.
Kaylee DeJesus.
DeJesus 1 for 1, doubled and walked in her first 2 trips. Letting the pinch runner still at first. Called strike 2, and Davis quickly ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Cloudless day here in Florence as the temperature begins to drop as the sun goes down. Did make it up into the 60s today. Very nice day. Popped in the air, foul. Nodine gives chase but can't get there. Count remains 1-2. One-two check swing did not go. So DeJesus has battled back to 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Strikeout number 1 for Davis today. Out number 2 here in the 6th inning. And that brings up the leadoff batter, Jerlia Patton. Patton 0 for 2. Fly out, reached on the fielder's choice. 2 flyouts and was hit by a pitch. Did come around to score a run in the 5th inning. Grounds that one to Patterson at short. She goes the easy route, steps on the bag for the force out. And the Queens are retired. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Francis Marion leads Queens 8-3. This is the Patriots Sports Network. Due up here in the 6th inning for Francis Marion. Gerald, Patterson, Nodine. After today's twin bill, the Queens Royals will be back in action on Saturday as they'll be playing the University of Charleston at 10 a.m. and Lees McRae College at 12:30. Part of a tournament. Najah Gerald stands in. 0 for 2 today. A couple of ground outs to short, but the first one drove in a run, so she's got an RBI. And Gerald was an all-conference performer at Flagler College last year in the Peach Belt Conference. chose to transfer to Francis Marion to take advantage of her COVID grad transfer year. That one's fouled back over the press box. Count even at 2-2. Kristen McPherson has pretty much gone the distance for Queens. She came in the first inning in relief of starter Jordan Dunn, who retired only one Patriot. Gerald back to McPherson, who fields, throws to first, and Gerald is out for out number one here in the sixth. This is game one of doubleheader. Game two will follow at approximately 30 minutes after the conclusion of this contest. Ashton Patterson will stand in now with one out, nobody on. Patterson 0 for 2. Walked and scored a run in the first and has grounded out to third twice. Lauren Nodine will be next for the Patriots here in the sixth inning. Patterson, the team MVP back in 2020, is playing her fifth year of collegiate baseball, collegiate softball, third at Francis Marion after 2 years at Carson Newman. And she is hit by a pitch for the fifth time in 5 games this season. So Patterson on base with one out for Lauren Nodine. Nodine is 0 for 1, walked and scored in the first, grounded out to short in the second, and walked in the fourth. Nodine making the first start of her collegiate career today at first base. She's appeared in all 5 games this season, though. McPherson checks her defense behind her. Low, good stop by Hunt behind the plate. Pretty good speed at first in the form of Ashton Patterson. She does have one stolen base this year. That one's fouled at the plate. Nodine out of Welford, South Carolina. Let up is outside. Count 2-1. Patriots 8 runs on 7 hits, no errors. Queens 3 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors. And the count runs 3 balls, 1 strike to the FMU first baseman. Squares to bunt, takes high for ball 4. So Nodine walks for the third time today. That pushes Patterson up to second base and brings to the plate Danielle Carrickson. Carrickson 0 for 3, ground out, strikeout, and reached on a fielder's choice. Carrickson came in leading the Patriots with a .533 average, a homer, 3 RBIs. Chance to add some insurance runs here. Actually could end the game if she were to homer here, as the 3-run homer would give the Patriots an 8-run lead here in the 6th inning and invoke the mercy rule. Ground ball foul outside of third. Count now, no balls, 2 strikes. Just misses outside, ball 1. Pop foul over the press box. In the dirt. Nice stop by Hunt, but not in time to keep the runners where they were as they both move up on the wild pitch. So wild pitch moves Nodine to second, Patterson to third. The count is now 2-2 on Carrickson. Again in the dirt, nice stop by Hunt, keeps the runners where they are, but the count is now full to the Bartow, Florida native. Lined in the left center field gap, that'll get down for a base hit. Patterson scores, Nodine scores, Carrickson into second with a 2-run double. Patriots now lead 10-3 and are within 1 run of ending the contest. Looks like Queens will make another change as Janice Hemingway comes to the plate. We'll take a second and tell you who the new pitcher is. New pitcher for Queens is Kate Hunter, senior out of Robbinsville, New Jersey. And she is facing Janice Hemingway. Hunter making her first pitching appearance of the season. Hemingway pops it in the air. Second baseman Mickler out, makes the catch. It's kind of a difficult catch as she called off the outfielders, but made the catch. So Savannah Rawson will stand in. Last chance to walk it off for the Patriots here till we go to the 7th. As Rawson is 2 for 3, double, single, 2 runs scored, or 1 run scored, and a fly out. Carrickson remains the runner at second with 2 outs. As Hunter looks to keep the Royals in the game for a chance to bat in the 7th. Fouled into the catcher's mitt, evens the count at 2-2. Good pitch by Hunter. Deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Carrickson the runner at second. Count now full to the Patriot DP, Savannah Rawson. Patriots leading 10-3. Danielle Carrickson, runner at second, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th inning. Fouled off, we will do it again. Hunter, the 3rd pitcher used by the Royals today. Jordan Dunn started, followed by Kristen McPherson, and then Kate Hunter. Ground ball, stabbed and fielded by Thompson, throws across to retire Rawson for out number 3. We head to the top of the 7th. Francis Marion leads 10-3. This is the Patriots Sports Network. Last up for Queens here, top of the 7th. Francis Marion leading 10-3. Royals will send to the plate Staley, Nelson, and Hunt. Staley, the center fielder, 0 for 2, strikeout, line out, and a walk. Facing Rachel Davis, who stands to pick up the win after coming in the 4th inning. Davis, no record so far this season. This is her 2nd appearance. Just misses outside, count even at 2-2. Patriots looking to pick up their 3rd win of the year, improve to 3-2. If they can get 3 more outs here in the top of the 7th. Fly ball, left field line, slicing foul. Fly ball, shallow center field. Gerald underneath it. Makes the catch for out number 1. That brings up the DP. Haley Nelson had a big day. Solo homer in the 1st, solo homer in the 3rd, and flew out to right field in the 5th.
16, Haley Nelson.
So she has accounted for 2 of the Queens' 3 runs. Both of the home runs were against the Patriots starter, Casey Current. Davis kept her in the yard the one time she faced her with the fly out to right. Count 2-2. I would assume that Janicia Hemingway will be the Patriots starter in game number 2 today, as she will move from 3rd to the pitching circle. Called strike 2. Swing and a miss, and Nelson's down on strikes. As Davis has now retired 5 in a row.
Now batting number 17.
We'll bring up the catcher, Jordan Hunt. Hunt, 1 for 2, a walk, strikeout, and an RBI single. That one's popped in the air. Count 1-1. Swing and a miss. Count is now 1-2. One-two pitch. Lined foul pass. Coach Scram there at third. Again, pop foul, out of play. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two-two count. Just misses outside. Count now full to the Royals catcher. Again, pop foul and out of play. Payoff pitch. Again, popped out of play. This will be pitch number 10 of this at-bat. As Hunt, the last chance for the Royals here in game number 1, battles Rachel Davis. And Davis loses her balance and falls off the pitching rubber. And that is an illegal pitch. So it'll be a walk. It's a ball, counts as a ball. And that will place Hunt at first base with 2 outs. So much like it would have been a balk in baseball if there was a runner on base, it's classified as a illegal pitch in softball, which was ball 4, although Stacey Valley has talked with home plate umpire Greg Craps, and he will now confer with base umpire Danny Dorman. So we'll see if the walk stands or if Hunt is called back to home plate. And the final decision is, looks like ball 4. So the Royals stay alive, and that will bring up the second baseman now, Ashlyn Mickler. Mickler 0 for 3, a strikeout, foul out, and reached on a fielder's choice. That's a wild pitch, gets to the backstop, and Hunt is down to second. So the Royals have a runner in scoring position now with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Patriots leading 10-3 here in game number 1 of our doubleheader. Called strike 2. So Mickler down on the count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Outside, ball 2. Two-two pitch. Pop foul, out of play. The Royals will not go quietly here in the top of the 7th. Two-two pitch. Again, fouled back. Hunt is the runner at second, and Mickler is at the plate for Queens. Mrs. Lowe, count now full on the Royals second baseman. Payoff pitch. Upcoming from Rachel Davis. Foul back and out of play. So after going 10 pitches to the catcher Hunt, this will be pitch number 9 to Mickler. Called strike 3, game over. So your Patriots win game number 1, 10-3 over Queens. Winning pitcher Rachel Davis improves to 1-0. Losing pitcher Jordan Dunn falls to 0-3. Your Patriots as a team improved to 3-2. Queens drops to 1-4. Time of the game, 2 hours and 22 minutes. Hitting stars for your Patriots. Looking down my card very quickly. 2-run double for Danielle Carrickson. 2-run double for Janicia Hemingway. Savannah Rawson 2 for 4, the double. Megan Matzel, a pair of RBI singles. Gabby King with